Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillah, alhamdulillahi wa sallallahu ala nabi al-ummi. Just a few weeks ago, somebody had asked me with regards to the permissibility of playing with the dice. So shout out to Hamza for asking that smart question, and that led me to do some reading on the topic. So this is what I came up with regards to sports and games in the frame of the religion and how they are looked at and viewed. So inshallah, this will be a very educational video, and it'll give you a lot of insight into the different sports and games. So bear with me. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about lahwun wa la'ibun. Let me write that down very quickly. La'ibun and lahwun. So la'ibun, lam ayn ba. La'ibun, it means to play, and lahwun is something less than a sport, which is just a mere game. So la'ib, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refers to both of these as the distractions of life and the games of life. So la'ib, when looked at in an academic manner, we can divide it into sports that have transferable skills and untransferable or non-transferable skills. So sports that have some benefit in real life scenarios, then those sports will be given preference and will be respected and have some permissibility in the religion. And sports that have no value in real life skills, they'll be frowned upon and perhaps not even permissible. So when it has transferable skills, we further divide that into sports that are physically and mentally safe. They do not cause harm to a person. Then those at the beginning stage will be halal and further divided. And then when it comes to sports that are physically or mentally harmful, those will be very problematic in the Sharia. Like for example, the hadith speaks about hitting in the face is not allowed. Hitting the head, not allowed. So those sports where the face is hit or the head is hit, or as I mentioned here, concussions. So although the point is not to cause the concussion, but if you look at football, for example, or what they call the American football, there's so much tackling going on. It's not a two-hand touch sport where you just touch with two hands and the play finishes, but you actually have to throw somebody to the ground. And those who study these things, the amount of damage that's done to their brains, it's not healthy to say the least. So those sports will be heavily frowned upon and will be open to debate whether they are halal or not. And likewise, those sports that have high fatality rates, so those also will have to be considered. And as you can see, I'm treading safe waters, and I'm not giving any strict fatwas and rulings. I'm just giving you academic educational overview of the whole situation. You can further study yourself. So these sports will all be problematic. Even the halal sports, they'll be further divided into the amount of time spent in them. So if a person is spending so much time that it interferes with other Islamic responsibilities and life's responsibilities, for example work, family life, their own needs, then that would be again problematic. So even a halal sport, once a person overindulges, will be a problem. And again, all this we're talking about when a person is playing the sport, not watching. So watching long basketball games, hockey games, or whatever, that'll be another discussion for a completely different day, inshallah. So, and then you have sports that are safe, but also they do not interfere with your responsibilities and fara'is and work and worships, then those ones will be halal, inshallah. So that is an overview, so you can think about the sports you play, and even sports that are completely up to luck, then those again will have to be considered. And now we're going to go to games, and that's where the person's question was with regards to playing with the dice. So games, they'll be divided into do they offer you, are they played with skill or pure chance? If it's pure chance, like the games that involve playing with the dice, because there's no skill, there's no real skill involved, because every single time a dice is thrown, another result is given. So that'll be heavily frowned upon, because you're basically spending long hours of your life playing a game that has no transferability and is pure chance and luck. So it's basically useless. Monopoly and all these kind of games, you can think about it, but it just, although robotically, if somebody was to make a robot that can predict exactly what kind of dice will be thrown, what number will come up, computers can do that, but humans were just wasting time with it. And then when it comes to games that have skill involved, they'll be divided into, are they specifically mentioned in a hadith in a negative light, or if they're not. So if they're not mentioned negatively, they'll have a laxed ruling. But those that are mentioned negatively, like chess, so really slippery slope from there onwards. If you can see how many times the red writing is done there to show that the outcome is not good. So what happened there is the Hanafiya, they said because the chess is specifically mentioned in the hadith, although it's very strategic and it helps you with skills and planning, then even then it'll still be haram and we shouldn't be playing it. I think the hadith mentions whoever plays chess, it is as if they put their hands into the blood of the pig. So they completely disallowed it. And the Shafi'iyya, I believe, they said because it has some skills and transferability, and it helps you, enhances your thinking and planning. So if somebody plays a sport and enhances him in real life and so on, then that would justify the end and it'll be okay for him. But honestly, many times people play chess for the sake of the chess itself. So when that happens, then again, I think the outcome would not be favorable. It'll still be completely frowned upon in the religion. So I hope this gives us some clarity in our beautiful religion with regards to what is allowed and what is not. And I will leave some links in the description of this video where you can further study these things. May Allah give us tawfiq to not waste our lives, and may Allah keep us productive for Him and for our family and everyone around us. Ameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa sallallahu ala nabiyil ummi.